Welcome back to the greatest show on the face of the earth. You are back again at the LeVar Walker Show podcast. And listen, before I start this up, make sure you get those tickets. I'm going to be live at the New York City Winery in the Loft. You can click that link or scan that QR code or go to LeVarWalker.me to get those tickets, but I'm not going to hold you. Today, we're going to talk about those 83 points, which I think were bogus, and there's an asterisk by those 83 points. I'm just not too sure. You know, the guy had 43 free throws. I'm not, just something's not right. It seemed totally staged, but I got my good friend and sports analyst here for the show, Earl Cofield. He goes by the name of Little Earl. Very, very funny, brother. We about to bring him in here now because we got to get to the bottom of this. And I got Earl here. Earl, can you say something to the people?
What's happening, people? I think LeVar's being an old nigga right now, but we're gonna have a conversation about it.
Yeah, I mean, this, first of all, the league seems to be in peril. The league seems to be in decline. People can't find the games. The league doesn't really have a real face of the league anymore. The league is lacking heroes' journey stories. The league now, these kids that are playing in this league just seem to be robots running up and down the
Well,
court. They just
we,
shooting
we have a
perimeter.
couple faces in LeVar, but the thing about it is that like we're waiting for somebody to make that jump to be the face. So like Wemby's right there, Ant's right there. We're trying to kind of force this SGA situation, but I just don't think the fans love him as much as we might love somebody who's America bred. Wemby's just different because he's an alien, as they call him. But yeah, we're trying, man. We're trying to get a face of the league, man. But
I
it's just
mean,
it's a slow pass.
Wemby is a genetic freak of nature, and
He's a problem.
yeah, but I mean, the guy is 14 feet tall. I mean, back in the day, he
But
would
he has
be.
all the makings to be the face. He could be Wilt of this time. He can.
Yeah, he could, but back in the day, he would be. They would put him in a circus for a sideshow. That's all I'm saying. Okay, people need to see a hero they have something in common with. That was one thing about Michael Jordan. The whole hero's journey, getting kicked off the team. Mike was American. He looked like the mechanic down the street. There was a lot there, but this new league, I don't know. And look, we have to jump into the fact. Here, this guy scored 83 points and shot 43 free throws. Is this correct?
43, 36 or 43. I think he went 21 or 41 or something like that.
And you consider this 83 points that he made to be valid?
I think we've argued, a lot of spaces have argued about it being unethical. Here's my problem with the unethicalness about it, right? There have been unethical basketball play for years. I think the biggest problem we have is that since Kobe has passed away, we have looked at him and he's been near and dear in our hearts. And for somebody like Bam to break the record, it just pisses people off because it's Bam. Like if it's SGA, if Jason Tatum came off that long injury and he dropped 81, if it's Luca, if it's Giannis, if it's one of our favorites, we say, bravo, young man, bravo. But Bam is so like, when we speak back on time, there are records that you might hear about. And when you find out who's who, it's almost like this, Lamar. You ever hear about somebody having some money you didn't know they had? And you be
Mhm.
like, you think to yourself, you be like, wait a minute, so and so got that much money? Like, first time I heard Byron Allen, who does the Comedy Unleashed, that Byron Allen was worth multi-millions. I was like, Byron got money like that? So as history goes on, when we look back and we say, well, Bam Adebayo and Dick Bam at 83. I think that's the problem. I do think that at some point it was unethical, but again, I won't tax him for that. Now, at some point, he's guilty. He goes to the free throw line. He's being aggressive. It's the Washington Wizards. They're one of the worst teams in the league. If I'm being honest with you, terrible, very terrible. So him getting the free throws at the beginning was just him being aggressive. He had 45 in the first half. The coach said, "Let's go for it." He had 60 in the third. It's like, all right, man, let's see what we can do. That last about 4 or 5 minutes of basketball, that's where it got kind of nasty. His teammates were fouling the other team to save time on the clock.
Well, Look,
That was when he got a little that last 5 minutes when he got to like 74, 71, them last 12 points got a little weird.
yeah, bro. This is what I'm saying, right? Just that was clearly scripted. This league is lost. And then, my thing is this: you take a guy that only averages about 17 points a game. Make it make sense. Is this a guy that only averages 17? And this took his average from 17 to 18 points a game. He comes out of nowhere. Let's make it make sense. Can we at least make the story make sense to where I can understand a guy averaging 30 points a game? And,
SGA.
and understand this, bro. Everybody, there have been several guys that have scored 70 points or more. There was no question that these guys scored the 70 points. Luka
Yep.
Doncic,
Yep.
Damian Lillard. So how can y'all jump on people get mad when we raise an eyebrow to this? I will give the guy a good 63 points. And this don't have nothing to do with him surpassing Kobe. Like it's nothing about Kobe because I'm a Michael Jordan head. So this is just a questionable asterisk mark. It's just what it is.
But you gotta understand, LeVar, in order to score 83, the stamina that it's guys that can't go to their local rec league and score 83 on
Uh-oh. Oh
I
man,
do.
now you kind of breaking up a little bit. You breaking up, Earl. Hello? You breaking up. Hello? We seem to have lost Earl, and I'm guessing. Wait a minute, he's back. Hold on, let's see. Oh, he's gone again. Uh, as I say, and I'm just gonna stand on that. I don't know what happened to Earl. Unfortunately, he must be in some bad weather or something. But my thing is that it's just an asterisk mark by the points. You can look at it however you want. If you believe that those points were the win, that's cool with me. He is a professional basketball player, and I give him all respect. But there's a point to me, like Earl said in the last parts of the game, that seemed a lot staged. Here comes Earl again. Let's see. Oh, Earl, you need to go home and get on the Wi-Fi, bro. I can't. This is crazy. Let me take him down again. But yeah, so it's definitely an asterisk by that. I really don't know. This is a kid from the South Side. What do he say? That's wrong. That man's a professional ball player. He earned the record. Give him his props. Yeah, he earned the record, but I still raise an eyebrow to it. Like, even in the industry, there's a lot of things going on that seem questionable. Let's see if Earl got a stable connection here. Here it comes. Hello? Hello? Oh, no, bro. You cooked. You cooked, bro.
Give me a second.
Earl, you are cooked, bro. You need to go get some Wi-Fi, man. You cooked, man. Hello? Yeah. Earl is cooked. He need to go home. Go home, bro. Get on the Wi-Fi. I can't continue like this. But anyway, I'm just not buying it. I got a lot of threats and people were mad at me in my DMs. They calling me an old head and all this, but it's okay. Me myself and lots of other people have raised a harsh eyebrow to this 83 points, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna go down in history, and it just won't be respected. It will not be respected. And Earl is cooked. Bro, just give up, Earl. Go home. Go home, dog. Go your ass home and get under some Wi-Fi because this is not gonna work. So that's what it is, guys. What's happening? 68th and Ashland. I guess that's somebody from the crib. Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, the NBA seems to be scripted. Nobody's really watching these games, it seems to be headed downhill. The NBA, the product of the NBA, it's just a bad product now at this point. Not to say that these guys aren't talented, that these kids can't play ball, but it's just the way they've changed the nature of the game. They've seemed to take all competitiveness out of the sport. People running by each other, everybody setting up doing perimeter shots. It's pretty much boring. It's like watching robots or watching somebody play 2K, which I believe pretty soon you can't even tell the difference of 2K on the game. That's probably what people will be watching in the future. Just put 2K on the screen and let people play. So, and then that's a great point too. Donatello 9538, the legal betting makes everything look, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Everybody's running parlays. The league and these sports franchises are in bed with the gambling houses. And it's even dangerous for the players because everybody's betting on every single action you take in the game. People are losing their livelihoods, losing their homes, losing their cars because you didn't score X amount of points. And like I say, like Earl pointed out in the last 5 minutes of that game, who put the parlay on that? Let's go look this guy up. Who put the parlay on this guy making 83 points and how much did they win from this? You know? So that boy say, what's going on with Questlove Wi-Fi? That's hilarious. But yeah, it is questionable to me. I'm gonna stick by that. There will always forever be a eyebrow raised to that. And also too, I had did a post, and in my post, I said we didn't question Spider that plays over there at Cleveland. We didn't question him. We didn't question Luka Doncic, 73 points. We didn't question Damian Lillard's 71 points. And we didn't question the brother that plays for Cleveland, who goes by Spider. We didn't question his 71. Nobody questioned these guys' points. And for you all to just make it seem like nobody wants somebody to pass up Kobe, that is the furthest thing from the truth. We always want to seek out growth in the game, but then you just have to call a spade a spade. And I get this guy scoring maybe up to 60 something points or 70 points, but this 83 is definitely a suspect. It's like 15 attempts to do the between the leg in the dunk contest on our, yeah. Shout out to Pierre Reed. But yeah, man, it's just not, I'm not buying it, guys. I'm not buying it. I don't, I'm not, that's not it. So it's not it. Yeah, it's not it, guys. I'm not hating on Bam, bro. I give him up to 70 points. That 83 is just suspect, bro. Them last points, bro. I give him all the points he earned, my nigga. Like, it's just them the last of that, bro. Is so suspect, man. And I'm just not buying it, guys. I apologize if you don't like me. I don't mean to be a hater, but I'm not gonna ever be a hater. But a lot of times people take your assessment of the truth as hate, and that's okay. Yes, it is. If Bam was a solid 25 out of 10 play, okay, but the struggles to get 15 some night. Come on, Vincent. Tell me that's real. Like, what are y'all talking about, bro? Lack of defensive rule changes make true basketball fans look at current product. Exactly. No defense. It's just not a winning mentality. It's terrible. These kids getting all this money before they lace their shoes up. You just got a bunch of spoiled, rich 8-footers running up and down the court. And it's very, very boring. And that is why everybody's pulling out the game. Earl is trying to come back again, but bro, you're going to have to go somewhere where there's Wi-Fi, Earl. It's just not working. He keeps trying to pop in. We at six. Let's see if this works now. Let's see.
Now I'm stationed. We good, right? Connection good. I'm good
Bro,
now.
are you by Starbucks or something?
Yeah, I'm all good, baby. That's why I'm stationed, baby. I'm all good.
Guys, if any of y'all have Earl lives in his car currently. So if you guys,
I heard they call me Questlove.
yeah, if you guys can go donate to Earl's GoFundMe, we're gonna get him a Starlink.
Hey, the
We're gonna
Questlove.
sponsor him a Starlink, so he can go live everywhere while he's
Oh my
driving.
god, that's
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
you could come back and chime in, Earl. But as I said, like you said, the last portion of that game seemed to be scripted. So
It
what?
was a lot of, like I said, it was a lot of. Listen, when you're, he was forcing the issue at the end, but the thing about Bam is, Michael Beasley said it before. Bam is greater than we think he is. He just plays in that heat system where your man exposure wants him to do a certain thing. He wants him to defend. So he's not allowed to do what he wants to do. I hope in this opens it up now to where it ain't fluky and Bam can average 25, 26 points a game. You know what I mean? I hope it does that. But I ain't gonna lie, I get the understanding of when you at 71, 72, 73, and then y'all start fouling to save clock. But mind you, and like this thing you gotta respect though. The Wizards were playing 4-on-1, 5-on-1. I ain't never seen Michael Jordan get 5-on-1. They was not trying to have him be Kobe record. When he was at 81 with a minute left, it took Bam. He had to put extra effort in to get the ball, go to the cup, get fouled, get that 82, 83, and get the record. Again, I think the biggest problem with it is that what happened and how it happened and who it happened with, that's the problem. You might not be mad about Kobe, but a lot of people are. But I do agree with this, LeVar. What the game has become, oh my God. Listen, I watched a couple weeks ago. I watched the Utah Jazz be up by 10. I forgot who they was playing. They benched every starter. And to the point to where Adam Silver has came out and said, we are putting bylaws in to where you can't tank no more. I was like, literally, they're doing that now. So next year, you will see different things happen to where you can be as bad as you want to be, but it won't qualify you getting the first round pick
I
on top
mean,
of the pick.
the NBA to me is just stupid. I mean, you take a product from the '90s that was, they there's a thing to say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You take a product from the '90s that was a prime product where every black child wanted to go to the NBA. Everybody wanted to be the NBA. NBA players were superheroes. And then you trash the product, you change the game and try to adapt it to international rules, an American game, and not have the international people adapt to the American rules
You gotta be
is
mad at the
insane.
guy then, because he was the international king. See, you gotta. I'm trying to grow my. It's a business. If you own, that, Laval, you own several businesses. As a man who owns a business, the bottom line is the dollar. So if I could get more market to more people and make more money, that's what's gonna happen. Now, mind you, you can say the game was great in the '90s, but points wasn't scored as much, pace wasn't as fast. So the NBA thought we need more points. Now my problem is this: there has come a time where you've gotten certain guys who not only never played the game but aren't really in tune with the game. They're just in tune with numbers. Those analytic guys. Those are the guys that say, "Hey man, mid range is stupid. What's the point of shooting the mid range when you can shoot a three and get an extra point?" So now you see the game developing. So there are a few guys who literally they're mid range guys like SGA, but those guys are some of the best scorers in the league. So we almost go against the grain on certain things. But what Mike did to the game, making it international, is part of the reason why they decided, you know what? We need to have international players get the same type of love that American players get, because that way we got more countries rooting for us. We got more dollars coming in, more people watching. The
So,
NBA
so,
is a big
so
American.
are you saying that product, the league of the '90s and the defense and the slower game? Are you saying that the international fans of people overseas weren't turned on by that game?
It ain't that. It's that game. It didn't suit. Like, I'm gonna be real. We make these jokes and we play, but I'm a guy that's not on the side of just shitting on people. I look at somebody like Jokic. I look at somebody like Luca. Yes, at certain points you're right. I'm not saying Luca couldn't be good in '90s, because some guys will say that. That's crazy. What I will say is that he won't have the same leniency, which means, because Luca complains about fouls now, and this is foul nation in 2026, and you complain about foul now. So no, you wouldn't have got the foul from Gary Payton. You wouldn't have got the foul from Charles Oakley. You wouldn't like. We know Jordan went through what he went through with the Pistons, and how even now the Pistons have adopted a little bit of the old spirit, and we looking at them as bullies. Like, man, they don't play the game right, man. That Stewart and that Durant and that Kay Cunningham, they be beating players up over there. But that's what the game used to be. Now, guys like Luka, Jokic, no, I do believe that Jokic can still be productive no matter what era he play in. He wouldn't be this productive because you had to deal with David Robinson, you had to deal with Akeem Olajuwon, you had to deal with Shaquille O'Neal, you had to
Bro,
deal with Patrick Ewing,
that's the
and they wasn't going to just
excitement of
let
the
you do what you
game.
want to do. Nobody be smelling Jokic. See, my problem with that is the European players, not the Giannis's, but the guys like SGA at times. SGA get way too many fouls called. A guy like Jokic. Jokic would have gotten beat up after a certain point of time. Not beat up as in like physical fight, but beat up as in the sense of like, there ain't no way I'm going to let you get 30, 12, and 15 on me tonight. No. A guy like David Robinson, a guy like Patrick Ewing, a guy like Shaq would have started physically dominating Jokic enough to where you're going to have to work on the defensive end before you just work on the offensive end. Even I watched KG come out and say, niggas don't smell Jokic cologne, which means ain't no way you let a 7 foot, 310 pound man bring the ball up court and you ain't all in his grill. Little stuff like that, those players don't exist. Little stuff like that. That's why you had to adopt the game because then they can't succeed. We know what the players were back then. Part of the reason why it's caught up because the game has lessened. See, guys like Tony Kukoc, those are the best of the best. Tony Kukoc, he couldn't even beat Hindu Turkoglu today. As good as we think Tony Kukoc was, Tony Kukoc averaged about 13, 14, 15 a game, probably 16 in some of his best. He couldn't hold a candle to some of these guys. And I think Kukoc could probably average 24 in today's league.
Yeah, I mean, as they blow by each other, it's just really sad to me.
But
So
it's representation, though, LeVar. I don't want to. I want to see my guys be the best. That's the thing. Like it's representation. So yes, it's cool if Luka Doncic is averaging 17 points. But if I'm in another country wanting to root for my guy, I want my guy to be a star too. Why can't my guy be a star? Why
your
my
guy,
guy?
your guy has to earn being a star, Earl. He has to earn it. You can't just. That's the whole purpose of sports and
But you're
competitiveness.
speaking. You're speaking as a fan, LeVar. You're not speaking as a person who is the owner of this league or owner
Okay,
of this league who want to
let
make the
me ask you.
money.
The number one sport in the world is what? Soccer, right?
Soccer's yeah, soccer.
So I don't know where soccer was invented, but I don't see soccer. I've never seen soccer try to adapt to American sports or adapt to anything outside of what they do. I just think the league, through greed, through corporate sponsorship, corporate dollars, the league has just lost its way.
Who do you think is more? Who do you think is more easier to do? And now, mind you, soccer is very exhausting. Stamina has to be high, but it's much. People don't understand how hard of a sport basketball is, and that's why basketball players can go and be Hall of Famers in other sports. Tony Gonzalez was a basketball player. Tony Gates was a basketball player and was able to become Hall of Famers in football because when you're a basketball player, it's one of the most skilled things you can do. So it's easy to say you're right. Soccer doesn't adapt, but you have to adapt because the average European isn't going to be if he's 7 foot, he ain't going to be also jumping out the gym like that. It just don't happen like that.
The
They're not
hard,
genetically made up like that.
I believe the hardest sport. I had this kind. They say the hardest sport is baseball, but I think the hardest sport is probably hockey.
Really?
Hockey, bruh. Think about that, man. You out there skating on ice with all that equipment on, and you trying to get this little bitty puck through a goalie. The man is bigger than the goal, right? And you're fighting like they get hit in the face. It goes on, and it's freezing cold out there. That seems to be hard. Now, baseball is super hard. You got
Baseball is a lot of hand-eye coordination. You're right. It's a lot of hand-eye coordination.
it's not
Baseball is almost
tough.
like and not hockey, but it's like golf. It's a lot of focus in baseball. Like you go if you ask the average person to go to a batting cage, I'm gonna give you 100 balls. I want you to hit five. That's hard.
Right.
Like people understand how hard it is for somebody to average 300 in baseball or whatever like that. Like or just be a good hitter to get 60 home runs, 70 home runs.
But
You have to say you playing
just
100
think,
games
just think that ball is this small, and then
and the bat this big.
that thing is traveling at you at I don't know, 90, 100 something miles an hour. Then you hit it probably, I don't know how many yards in the air. And there's a guy out in the center field looking through the sun to see this little object fall out of the sky. And he
Not to
catches.
mention the guy that's throwing the ball at you, he's throwing in every angle so that you don't hit it. He don't want you to hit the motherfucker, so that goes to get you. But the thing about basketball is this: you gotta understand, basketball is one, you have to not only play offense but defense. So basketball is, it is a up and down and straight. Like they say, Steph Curry runs like, I forgot the number, but it's some crazy amount of mileage in one game. He runs a crazy amount of mileage just by running around. You have to not only be, and when you're a star player, you have to be defense and offense. So that means I have to come down court with a possession, 24 seconds on the clock. I have to
Oh,
be
you
able to get some
not in this league.
offense.
All you need to do is be offense in today's league.
You,
Defense.
but the best of the best do both.
Defense. Man,
Best of
please.
the best do
Them boys
both.
ain't playing. Them boys just blowing by each other, man.
The best of the best do both. And then the guys like Chris Paul who come around, who was 6 foot, but still got 9 all defensive teams and things of that nature. Those guys, like,
But he an
it's
old head. He an old head. He don't count no more. This is a new league. This is a new league dominated
there
by
are players who play
one
both sides
player.
of the ball now, not every, but guys like Giannis, even Westbrook. So if you watch Westbrook play, people might not like Westbrook, but if you watch Westbrook play, he gives his all on both sides of the court. And if you can play Westbrook 40 minutes if you want to, that man 36 years old. Like, there are players who, again, I understand in your time there were you more had to do that. So guys like Mike, guys like Dominique Wilkins, even guys like Larry Bird, like, you had to be able to play both sides in order to be productive in this sport, because if you wasn't, you was getting sat down and they was exposing you more. So you're right about that. But there was so many guys in your era who just played defense. Then
So let me
Charles Oakley couldn't give you 15. Man, Dennis Rodman couldn't give you 10 points if he tried.
so Earl, let me ask you a question. How do you think, and then I'm gonna do an analogy with stand up to this. How do you think SGA feels about these 83 points? How do you think he feels? Do you think
Now he
do
he
you
should
think
feel no type
SGA
of guy that way.
you
Because if
do you
SGA gets 83 points, it's going to be the same. I watched SGA get 25 free throws in the game, and he might have got only. Lamar, I've literally watched SGA get 20 plus free throws in the game. He might have got fouled 3 times in one game, bro. He might have actually got fouled 3 times in that game. He gets the most phantom calls I've ever seen in my life. We argue Michael Jordan. We argue guys like Shaq, all that. You can argue all you want to, but them guys actually dominated to an era to where you can say what you want about Mike. Mike actually wanted to get to the cup. SGA ain't doing the same thing Mike was doing. So
what's my guy name play for Cleveland? They call him Spider. What's his name?
Donovan Mitchell.
How do you think Donovan Mitchell feels about this guy's 83 points?
I got to get more points up. Well, if you seen, Donovan Mitchell, one of the guys who tweeted out how amazing it was.
What about Luka Doncic? How do you think he feels about it?
He might be bitter. Luka's a hater. People don't understand how much of a hater. Luka's kind of a hater, so he might be bitter. you know who's pissed off? Jason Tatum is sick to
What
his
about Damian Lillard? I'm on DM. Damian Lillard follows me. I'm on DM and say, man, what you think about these 83
I think
points?
Dame wanted to go to Miami, so I think it's love there. I think Jason Tatum is probably the most pissed because he thinks he's baby Kobe. Him and probably Devin Booker probably the most pissed because they really love Kobe. So the fact
I raise an eyebrow to this. This is probably how a lot of stand-up comedians might raise an eyebrow to guys that sell a certain amount of tickets. Off bullshit. Like it's
what numbers? Get the fuck out.
Selling all these tickets off Q&As on stage and people are mad. So this is
comedian's favorite thing. He ain't even that funny. So you know his players going, he ain't even that good.
And it don't even matter because he walking out with that bag, which is the most important thing.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, if you're not I'm a Miami Heat fan, so you ain't got nothing to say to me about Bam. But for the average fan who don't really watch the game as much, hearing about Bam getting 83 points is like you said, as a comedian, it's like hearing so-and-so, so-and-so sold out Madison Square Garden 4 nights in a row. You're like, what?
Oh yeah, that is. If you a ball player, yeah, because the guy averages literally 17 points a game. He averages
Y'all,
17
y'all have been so bad. Y'all have called him Asia
Unbelievable.
Wilkins. Y'all have called him Asia, his WNBA counterpart and his other half. Y'all have called him. Can y'all believe Asia Wilson boyfriend had 83 points? I ain't even call that man by his name.
It's insane, bro. I don't know. Well, since you here, you want to rock out with me a little bit, or you got something to do?
Good, I'm good. Talk to me.
Okay, cool. Because we about to switch this up, and we're gonna go over some other topics. And this would be a good topic here. Let me pull this up. This is very, very interesting to me. I saw this yesterday, and it says here. Oh, this is good. Uh, it says here, and I had to share this screen with everybody. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
I know you ain't about to show me no more NBA with Dwight and Amy because that been in my oh
No, 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 no. Since we are talking about basketball, Magic Johnson's son EJ
mm.
says that he specializes in turning straight men gay. So
Oh my
this
God.
is the final boss that I guess you meet before you reach pure gayness. I don't know if you if you go to some castle where
Oh yeah,
you're
this is
straight
real.
and you go to this castle and this is where you meet EJ, who is the final gay boss before he turns you gay. And you know what's interesting about this? I got some gay homies that swear they only date straight men. And I tell them, like, bro, you're deluded. You're dating a gay man. They're gay. Like they want to have this ideology that these men that they are sleeping with, these down low men, are not gay when in fact they are gay. Once you cross the penile threshold, you you have reverted. You can't come back. You're over there. You
Well,
can't be
there are
straight.
people out there, in the words of Tyler Perry's of good movie. There are people out there that it all depends on who's doing the bending. They think that as long as I'm doing the bending, I ain't
No,
gay.
no, 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 no. You're gay. Okay. Listen, to any of my gay homies or fans that are watching this, there's nothing wrong with being gay. The only thing I would say, there's just some delusion here.
Yeah.
You know?
You
You
can't go.
can't go lay with a man and because you are ashamed of yourself, you laying with them, and you go, you know I ain't gay, right? They getting up, you know I ain't gay. You're gay, and it's okay.
They did. You know how you know that old word. You know I don't know. You know this YouTube, but like you live. They take my dick. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like you're gay, and it's okay. Like we
Well,
have
you know, in
to.
the black community, there's no such thing as bi. In the older black community, ain't no such thing as bi. If
I
one
don't. I
I would have
don't.
been, you lay
You
down with.
know. Even when it comes to bisexuality, right? I don't necessarily believe in that when it comes to a man, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I think like a lot of men, are ashamed to be gay, right? A lot of them take shame in that for whatever reason. And I'm not saying you should be ashamed gay. I'm not, I got love for all my gay brothers and sisters out there.
Absolutely. One of my favorite family members is gay.
But
Great time.
but I think with that fight of I don't really like myself, you know, I, you know, I'm going to say I'm bi, but you're really just gay. You're really gay, bro. You're not bi. You're a gay man.
I just think it's weird for easy to come out, and this is real. It's sad because I think it's just weird for you to come out and say you specialize, because in a sense, it's almost like you're looking for a man who's consider himself a heterosexual, almost to see if you can like. But you play a dangerous game with that because, like as I know, Levar, if you come onto the wrong guy, it could be a problem.
It
So
could be a
like,
problem, and
I
and unfortunately,
straight because a real straight man, heterosexual male, if you're hitting on them or you're flirting with them, like I got a story I've told before. You're gonna laugh. Fuck you. I never forget. I'm from DC. There's a place called Fireplace. Okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
DC. If you know, you know. You're from DC area. So I went to a Z Burger. Um, right beside it. Z Burger sells steak and cheese burgers, kind of almost like Five Guys, but not as expensive. I went and got me a shake off the late night. Went and got me a shake, cup burger, fries. Never forget. Now, mind you, the gay club is right next to it. So when the let out, a lot of them go to the Z Burger. It's late at
Mm-hmm.
night. I'm with one of my homies, Mitch. You know him. I get out the car and I go get my food, and there was a gay dude in the corner, and he kept saying good night to me. So I know he's talking to me, but I'm ignoring him because I'm like, I'm not bullshit. He just kept going, good night, good night. So I feel like he was kind of stunting on me because he was full of gay guys. So he felt like, I'm gonna kind of get my shit off. Same way men do sometimes when it's a bunch of men and you see a girl, and normally if it was just you and that woman, you wouldn't talk to her. But the fact that your homie's with you, you got a little bit more braveness. So finally, as I'm walking out, he goes, I said good night. So I kind of spazzed on him. I said, hey man, I heard you the first time, man. Stop fucking playing me before we have a problem. And he did. He went, ooh, I like him spicy.
Oh,
Do nothing about it, Lamar. I couldn't do anything, right?
you can't do that. Yeah, because as soon as you would have hit him, you're going to jail. That's a hate crime. You're going to jail. Now,
When he told me, ooh, I like him spicy, I was like, yep, that's it. You got me beat.
now, in regards to EJ, I'm gonna say this, right? It seems like EJ, the way he's talking, that's how them jailhouse niggas talk.
Yep.
They
Yep.
be in jail. They see, and they want to bend you. They want to turn you gay. That sounds the same way. So EJ probably would have a great time in jail. If he was in jail, he can turn out a lot of bodies in there. So yeah, EJ.
Go for what you know. I don't like, I specialize in turning straight man gay. That's just
And
not
then and then
cool,
too,
man. It's just not cool.
the only thing I would say, and this might seem somewhat wrong, I just don't think. How tall is EJ? Let me see how tall EJ Johnson is. EJ Johnson height. Okay, EJ is 6'2", right? EJ probably was
He's
size
not 6'2".
14. Huh? He taller than 6'2"?
He's taller than 6'2".
They got him as
I've
6'2".
seen him next to his father. His father every bit of 6'9". Either got to be 6'5", 6'6". He's damn near right next to Magic, bro. With no heels on, with flats on,
Oh
he's
yeah,
standing
I'm
the same
looking.
size as Magic.
Yeah,
I
they
know Magic.
lying. Yeah, this man is 6'6", 6'7". And I'm gonna say
He
this.
got it.
I
I
think I
just with the
think
Magic together.
am
They
I
about the same height.
am I wrong for saying there should be a height cutoff for gay? I think over 6'6", 6'7". We got to stop right there. You can't be that big. You're too tall to be gay.
I think it should be his my thing. You do what you want to do, first of all. But I do believe that at a certain height, you should be only doing the bending. Like there should be no 5'11" man bending over a 6'7" nigga and going to balance.
Bruh, and then you gotta
Five
look
of
at
them
them
great
shoes.
trees.
That man wears a size 17 shoe, man. You gotta look at that
How do
big
you,
long foot.
how do you even put a size 17 shoe over your head, man? When you with your lady, you put the hands, the
Man,
leg go up here. How you put a
bruh.
size 17 up here? Up here.
Lord, oh God, it's getting. Well, we gonna get off this topic. God bless EJ. But you only dating gay men, EJ, and you see them. And I think they sense each other out. Like I've been hit on before by a gay man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gay. You know, but I think they sense out kind of who's gay, and then they try to act on them be like them being gay or something. I think
Yeah,
that's
I have heard in my past from gay people that I know that it's a sense. You can sense when a man is, and you got to be very careful about the men who are overly. I don't want no gay people around me, and all like they got cooties almost. You got to be careful of those guys too. I've heard in the past.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That shit is like
Should be
I'm
fit.
because I can tell my people right here. My people do know this. One thing about LeVar Walker, I'm honest. And if I was gay, my nigga would be standing in here with me right now. I have a big old nigga sitting there, and
What? You like a
I'm
big
like, this
nigga?
my man right here. I don't give a damn. You'll know if I was gay. Shit,
This
I
nigga bigger than you, huh, Lamar?
yeah, yeah. He might be big or whatever. He'll be right in there with me. So, it's what it is. But
I heard that LeVar said if he was gay, he don't want no short king.
and I'm only going over that because I guess that's what women like. They want a big old nigga. You know what I mean? They
Strong
like
man.
and dude, you know what's so funny? I be following the dude King 6'8", you know what I mean? Because he get all the O's. And I just be in awe. Like they stop, they look at him.
Yo, literally, bro, like I'm with you on the king, nigga. I have never, like, bro, I just don't know what that life look like, bro. Like,
Yeah,
even,
bro.
you could be as handsome as you want to be at 5'10", but something about this 6'8", like they be stopping, and I've never seen so many. Like, literally, we live different worlds.
That
I'm
is,
still having to go approach my women. Now, it's been times in my past when I've been a little better looking. I'm a little rough right now, but whatever. Fuck y'all in the chat. He y'all talking shit. Talking about where the roots at. But I approach time to time. But to live in a world where 75, 80% of the time you ain't even got to do nothing, here they come to you. But if I have no idea what that world looks like.
bro. And then what pisses me off about this guy, and look, it ain't no, I just get jealous because I always
It's legit envy of like,
let,
damn, brother.
let me tell you something. King 6'8" is like, how you get a new shirt or a new sweater? And you look in the mirror like, oh, I'm about to kill him tonight. And in your mind, when you look in that mirror, you're like, boy, they'll go out, they go. That's how you feel it. That pretense is how his life is. He got the new shirt on or the sweater, and the women just come on to the guy. But the only gripe I have with this guy is he talks about, yo, King, yo, it's not about your height. It's about your aura, King. It's about your
Shut up.
aura. King. I'm like, bro, you don't even speak to these hoes.
Not a bad looking guy. I know a lot of women think he's handsome. If you was 5'9", 5'10", brother, stop it, brother. Because you know what's so crazy? When you tall like that, LeVar, you ain't even got to be famous. I could be Usher in the club. A nigga 6'8" walk by, a woman gonna be like, oh, who that? Just
Bruh,
nah.
come on, man. At my height, and this is why guys 5'8", 5'9", 5'10" are entertainers, because you have to do so much extra to peacock
You
for
know
the
how
woman to
talented you got
see
to
you.
be at
You have to be
5'9",
loud. You have to,
5'10"?
huh?
You know how talented you got to be at 5'8", 5'9", 5'10" to get the same looks a nigga who's 6'8" and don't do nothing
Bruh,
get?
it's a rough life. You have to go in front of
That's
people and
box.
strangers and tap dance like a big old nigga, like them 6'10" niggas. They don't they don't even have to have jobs. They take care of these. They can lay up on a woman. Bruh, listen, I got to tap dance. I got to juggle. I got to be charming,
You can do an opera.
entertaining. I gotta be dancing and shit all the time. This is hard. This is a hard life at this height. I'm telling you, man. So
That'd be so good.
he needs to
You know,
stop.
when you went to school, I went to school with certain ball players who was 6'5", 6'6". And look, LeVar, I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of these niggas be ugly. I ain't gonna lie. Some of these NBA niggas be. I heard Mutombo used to knock him down. Mutombo been an ugly nigga my whole life. Mutombo
Bro,
has been ugly my whole life. Rest in peace to Mutombo. I don't care what you say. He was an ugly nigga. Okay, he was a weird looking nigga. He had a real groggy voice, but he was also 7'1". Okay, and I
wow.
heard he the hoes. Okay,
But if we think about this, right? If we associate height to sexual attractiveness in females, dude, what does the dwarf have to do? The little person. If you a little person, bro, that has to be a very, very rough life. As a
you know what's so funny? How often do you see? I've seen the tall dude date the really short girl. Shit, Glorilla's about 5'2", 5'3". I met her in person. She's little. She's about 5'2", 5'3". I've seen Brandon Ingram since high school. He went to Kingston. He's every bit of 6'10", 6'9", 6'10". The
man, bro.
or see the guy date the actual little person who's not just like a girl who's short, but the actual little person. You'll see a dude 6'5" date an actual little person, have a baby with an actual little person. How often do you see the 5'8" girl date the little person guy? Doesn't really happen.
It happens. I mean, if you Kevin Hart,
It's so rare.
if you Kevin Hart, it hold on. Don't make me laugh. Don't do this, Var. Var. Hold on, Var.
Kevin
Var.
Hart that though.
Hold
Kevin
on.
Hart did the host Oscars and Emmys and BET Awards. Come on, had movies and millions and millions of
Bro, do
dollars.
you see
Millionaires
the
on
level
streets.
you gotta be at that height? You know what I'm saying? That's insane.
I heard something where Castanet said he up to make about 35, 40 million a year. Castanet every bit of 5'2". That's what you got to
And,
do.
and, and,
That the
and
pocket better be tall.
yeah, and see, being like me, I consider myself uh, a tall short man and a short tall man. That's a rocky, rough place to be in.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
I'm
and
different. On my stepmother side, who's like, I don't call her step, I'm just, differentiating. On my stepmother side, they all little people over there. They small as hell. My brother's like 5'5". My stepmom's like, she thinks she's 5'2", but she ain't been 5'2" for about 20 years.
and,
She about 4'11". So on her side, I'm tall. I'm 5'9". I'm over there. I'm towering over them. When I go to my biological side and my 2'6'3" brothers, oh, what's up, little nigga? Oh man, what's happening, baby? Like
and
it's the
see, and see this now. This goes into that. Now we do another transition, and this shows that Michael Jordan was sent here by God
oh my
with
god.
a with a 5'8" father. Well, no, a 5'9". I think his daddy might have been 5'6", 5'7".
He was like, yeah, he's 5'8", something like that. Because his
Yeah,
brother was Marcus, or whatever his name is. His brother
5'8".
was
His
5.
mama 5'5". Everybody in Jordan's family is 5'9".
Literally.
Nobody over 5'9". And these are both of his biological parents,
Yeah.
meaning this man growing to be 6'6" was a genetic freak of nature. And he was
He
ordained
got
by
from like
God.
5'9" to like a summer.
Yeah, he said he would just get on the swings and stretch himself. Like he would just
Oh,
hang on the he would hang on the park on the thing, just hang and try to stretch himself out. But the man grew to 6'6". And that's why he don't even make sense. You can look at all them other players, you understand why they 6'8", 6'9". It's genetic, but genetically speaking, this man should not be 6'6", bro. Like if
that's
we really think about it, Michael Jordan should be a 5'8" mechanic that never made it working in Wilmington with a lawn service. Like he would have a lawn service and fix cars as well on the side. That's the reality of what he should be. But God,
he
when
from in the
God
south,
steps
deep
in,
south.
when God steps in, there's a different plan. Amen. So, all right, we're gonna go to another topic. This is great, Earl. Where are you going today? Why are you in the car? What's going on?
Hey man, I'm just moving around. I had to do a little drop off, man. That's all, man. That's all.
Well, I don't know. I don't even want to know what you're dropping off, so I'm just not gonna ask.
Shut him up.
I'm not even gonna ask about that.
You know what happened
Earl,
to the last security guards?
Earl, how did you feel about uh Magic City Monday at the Atlanta Hawks arena for the NBA?
Well, it ain't too far fetched because if you know, you know. You know who made Magic City popular, right?
Who?
The great Dominique Wilkins. Dominique Wilkins literally coined he coined phrases in Magic City, and Dominique Wilkins literally brought NBA players to Magic City. They did a documentary talking about it. The pioneer for Magic City, other than Mr. Magic, of course, himself, was Dominique Wilkins. He popularized it. He brought NBA players there, which ended up bringing rappers, which ended up bringing the dope boys. Like literally, he started the trend of when he was playing for Atlanta Hawks of bringing people to Magic City, which blew it up. He literally, Mr. Magic admitted to it. He said Dominique Wilkins was like he's like the godfather of Magic City. Good old human highlight.
But let me ask you this, right? What does that have to do with? And that's great. I think the strip club is a place like a saloon. Like back in the day, men to go to the saloon. Oh, he gone again,
No,
young.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Why you black?
Wait a second,
It's
bro. Give
dark.
me. Yeah,
I
I'm here.
can't
And
see.
I turned my screen off for a second because I had to move something. That's all. Relax. I ain't going nowhere. I'm still
Okay.
here. Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't go nowhere.
So here's my thing, right? The strip club is cool. The strip club is a place, men go have conversations in front of naked and scantily clad women,
Mm-hmm.
and you rock out, right? And that's just something that that's just what it is. You have strip clubs, you also have uh swingers clubs as well. There are a lot of swingers clubs in Atlanta. Now there was the big deal in Atlanta in regards to Magic City Monday, because you can't partner. A strip club could never shouldn't be able to partner with a professional basketball league, which shows
Not with
me,
the NBA brand. That's disgusting. Like, you, come on, guys. What are we doing?
yeah,
Not
that
with the
is
NBA brand.
right. And what's so sad, what's even sadder is there are a lot of guys, there are a lot of people that were somehow a lot of people were somehow rooting for this and getting mad because the NBA canceled it. And I'm just like, and I get it. The NBA got to the end of this, they printed up these hoodies and they did all this and they sold all these tickets for this game. And then finally someone had some common sense to say enough, because understandably so, this is targeted to black people. It's targeted to black people, but it's going on a national scale. So when you push a night like this on a national, worldwide, international scale, it just tells the world, okay, this is what black people want.
Yeah,
And
there are kids who have no idea what Magic City Monday is. So imagine you live in the state of Atlanta and you're taking your son to a Hawks game on a Monday, and your son is here. Oh, he's 8 years old. What's Magic City Mondays? So he's thinking, oh, maybe Magic City Mondays is just
dude,
Monday's magical.
and
But
I just think it's so irresponsible for a lot of our celebrities to not understand why this is not a good, or why it wasn't a good play. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
to
we
those
push
guys,
subculture.
yeah, but to those guys that even champion it, they never can seem to answer my question. My question is, would you want your daughter working at Magic City?
No,
Would you drop your daughter off with that G string and bikini? If you won't, then you can't be for this, my friend.
you are
You know what I
awful
mean?
for
So
saying that.
a lot of them, they just straddle the fence. And Atlanta culture, it's one thing. Atlanta does have a rich culture, but it's another thing
Rich-
for Atlanta subculture. Those are two different things. Atlanta culture and Atlanta subculture coexist, but they're far two different things. When I think of Atlanta culture, I think of the civil rights movement, Dr. King, Abernathy, Hosea L. Williams.
Black
I think
Hollywood,
of
you know.
Pastels. I think of, Tyler Perry with the studios. I think of a lot of positive things with black people, but subculture is here. Subculture is the celebration of the strip club.
Or sub celebrations also, sub celebrations
The
also.
celebration of the street
Freaky.
music, and people getting shot in the streets and all this.
Yeah,
That
and you can't leave your car unattended at the gas station. They will steal your
exactly.
shit.
This is all Atlanta subculture, and
And
for
we know, of course, the down low brothers. They swear are full of letters are full of that happens.
yeah, they swear that too. But I mean, if you gay, you gay. Like
Yeah, it's
that's
everywhere. I think Atlanta just popularized it. That's all it is.
well, not Atlanta. I mean, I thought it was San Francisco, but for whatever reason, I guess it's here. I don't know,
But
bro.
I don't think we correlate black men and women with that culture in San Francisco where we do in Atlanta. That's what it is.
True, true. But this is great. Let's see what else we got. That's great. So you are against you are against them having the Hawks celebrate Magic City.
No,
Or
only NBA team that should be having Magic City Mondays is the Orlando Magic because they are actually
yeah,
the
I mean
Magic.
I think that was kind of the thing, because they were playing the Orlando Magic, as you can see, Hawks versus Magic. So that was kind of the spin-off on it, but it's just
But
not
we know what Magic City is in Atlanta, so that's
right.
not good.
It's tasteless.
It's
So
very tasteless.
you would agree that was unwarranted and unnecessary.
Yeah, now you can't you know what the culture is behind it. It's almost there's certain it's I'm gonna give you a prime example, right? Remember when Michael Jordan did that commercial and he had the Hitler mustache and how we tore that man apart?
Mm-hmm.
There's so much history behind that mustache, same way as so much history behind Magic City, that is like, you got to be better than that. I know you might say, man, well, we don't mean what they wanted to mean, but yeah, just what we know it as. You have to be more careful with that and be more responsible. That's all. I know it's maybe you don't mean it that way. Maybe it's you trying to change it to something new, but it has too much history behind it. Just change it overnight, and now we're going to slap it on an NBA night. And kudos to the NBA for catching up to that, because there are a lot of guys who have no idea what Magic City Monday is, and that's why it even was able to go this long before they canceled it. They canceled this thing a couple weeks before it happened. The moment someone random idea passed them, they should have been like, "Oh hell no!" But because people are not in tune, somebody must have whispered somebody in and said, "You know what Magic City is?" And they went, "Oh hell no! You tried to pull a fast one on us. Try to pull a fast one on us."
Yeah, this is it's really sad, man.
Especially when people taking their kids to the games, man. Come on, man. What you going? And what was Magic City Money going to be? Wings and titties? Like what were they going to actually do that night?
It's insane. Uh, so thank you. That's good. That's the first time you ever made sense, Earl. Um, but we're gonna go to our next topic, and this is insane to me. But right now, let me put this on the screen. Right now, as you can see on here, gas is $8.21 in California.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've lived there, so I know it's expensive. You get
and
used to it though, weirdly enough.
hold on, let me see some. Let me see. Can you hear that?
Hmm. I hear it. Propane.
I don't think you see something. Can you hear me
I
now,
heard.
Earl?
They don't even
Yeah, I
believe
can
Can
it.
you
hear
hear
you.
me?
Yeah,
821.
You can hear me?
You might as well get you
All
a
right.
horse.
might as well get you a horse.
They weren't lying, guys.
What I mean, LA is just on this decline, bro. I don't see how LA is sustainable. Um, we've had conversations in regards to Hollywood being on a collapse. How is this sustainable, bro? $8 in gas. There are no productions moving currently in Hollywood.
I think there's still the same. That there's still the mystique of Hollywood and what it was and where what it used to be known as. And because that mystique still lives, Hollywood still it still moves on. There are not enough people who know on that. There are people still on the outside world who look at Hollywood to be Hollywood. They look at Hollywood to be Hollywood. The Hollywood signs, stars, entertainment, Paramount Studios, Universal Studios. They still look at it to be that. But most of the people who've lived in California or have frequent California know what California has become, especially since the fires. But yeah, again, it's just not enough people have enough knowledge. That's all it is.
And tell me what was your life like how long did you live in LA?
About a year.
Because Earl is a comedian, guys, and he did move to LA. He was living I believe his Hollywood dream out there. And that's when he went homeless and everything spiraled out of control. The drugs, the
Oh
part
my God.
the Diddy parties where Earl got diddled several times. It's
Yeah, niggas who's
no,
making
but like it just seems to be falling apart, and I don't know where it goes. I just saw where, and I'm trying to pull this up now. There's a Chinese AI company that's putting out full movies in AI, and I mean these are
I've
really
seen a couple of previews of like we talking about like 5 minutes of a movie where I promise you, LeVar, I couldn't tell if it was the real movie or not. I seen somebody do an Avengers. So the new Avengers coming out is supposed to be, I can't think of the name of it right now, but Doomsday. Someone did a AI version of Doomsday. LeVar, I thought someone had leaked the movie. It was so good.
let me
I
see if
thought someone leaked the movie. It was so good.
I'm gonna see if I can find that.
Yeah, it's a Doomsday AI leak, and it's so good you would think it was the real movie.
This is insane. I think I have it. I want to see if I can get a clearer shot. Let me see. Let's pull this up, guys. Oh my gosh. It's insane.
You see it?
Let's see. This might be it. Let me add it. Add this to the. Why is this not add?
Here we go.
Let's take a look at this, guys. This is
Now,
this.
mind you, this is all fake, y'all. This is all AI.
So, what's the plan? We need to find other superheroes from different universes and form a team. Johnny Blaze, we need your help.
That's right.
Woo! I don't know what happened to the sound, but this is insane, bro.
This is all AI.
That's insane. This was done on a laptop. They typed this out, guys. They use prompts. They use credits to make this. And this would easily be a $200 million movie that can now.
This has never happened for real. This has never happened for real. Look at this.
That's insane. And it's so funny to me that how Hollywood cries out like they're not going to be using this technology to make these movies.
This is not real. This is all make believe.
Who is the? Ooh. Why does this look better than the real though? In a world where things seem real. In a world where Hollywood once
I thought that was really die. Goddamn.
Until Hollywood lost it all with a computer. Welcome to the new world where they don't need actors. They don't need writers. All you need is a Wi-Fi and a laptop, and you can create the movie of your dreams. That's right, boys and girls. Hollywood is dead. It's officially dead.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit. That's really Chris Evans. That's really Hemsworth.
This is so listen, my brother.
This is why they fought. This is why they fought for the writer's strike, because y'all don't understand. Trying to be the entertainer in this business is, our likeness is what gets us paid. You pay to go see Denzel. You pay to go see Michael B. Jordan. You pay to go see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. If there's a world to where you don't have to show up to the studio, we can just make the movie with your likeness and with somebody, and with basically you, but the AI version of you playing in the entire movie. Not only that, but now, not only do I not have to pay you the money that I would normally pay you for being on set, but now when you die, I can still use you years after. Could you imagine how many Bruce Lee movies would still continue on?
But here's the thing: what you saying with the strikes and all that, and people using their image and likeness and this, that, whatever. Now you can prompt this to say, create me a character, 40 years of age, similar to Denzel Washington with a mixture of Blair Underwood, and it'll generate the character. You put a little Michael B. Jordan inside this guy, and it's
you can say, LeVar, you can say, you can give AI a picture of you and say, make me, I am 40, whatever. Make me 25. So make me look younger and make me 6 foot and put me in this movie, and they'll do it for you.
Absolutely.
I've seen it with that Sora stuff. I've seen people make themselves whole NFL careers with that shit.
Come on. And then somebody brought up a good point. They're saying that the internet will be so full of AI where people can't determine.
It's like that now. We literally call it that. It's gotten so bad. The moment you see something, you have to make sure it's not AI first. Before you believe something, you go, that's AI. Is that AI? Yes, right, that AI. Literally, we are now in a place to where literally you got to joke about it, but we literally think everything's AI. That's AI.
But dude, we're lit like they say we going to a place where AI be good in the sense of the internet and everything will become so overtaken by AI that people will start going back outside and being like it's the 90s again. You just go totally take your mind off internet because you'll be looking for a real reaction. That's what they guessing.
Well, hopefully it does create that to where we start to be like, you know what? We can't differentiate who's who and what's what. So let's go actually meet people. But the thing about that, before it gets there, it'll get so bad to where there'll be real people who create real crimes that you committed to put you away. Like guys like Trump and all, like, there are certain people who like they are not just gonna say mean enough, but more evil enough to where like if they don't like you, they'll create. I know women who, if they mad at you, they'll tell the police, "Hey man, he put his hands on me," even though you never touched him. So imagine the person who has a vendetta with you, who can now create a video of you putting your hands on them or you doing something to
That's,
them.
bro, that's why y'all gotta leave these hoes alone. Leave they ass alone because men, we in trouble. Men are in trouble. You got to be careful. Here's another AI where they actually used this is AI, but they make it look like they behind the scenes. But this is all AI. Look at this. This is for Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday. Look at this. Look at this. This is all AI too.
This is all fake.
That's wild. I
Only,
mean,
I don't even know if Deadpool's supposed to be in Doomsday. That's probably the only reason why I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, I would believe that was a real. If you sent me that, I'd be like, oh shit, somebody got Doomsday on set. I wouldn't think nothing of it.
but then I guess, when you think of Hollywood having a monopoly on attention for the past 100 years and then the bubble has just burst. Isn't that insane? It's
Yeah.
a bursted bubble. And, as I tell you, we always had these conversations just about in the stand-up comedy field about how there's really no more industry anymore. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's like coming to a party. If you're a younger guy like myself, trying to get into like entertainment, you've been taught something your whole life. It's like coming to a party that's closing down. Like you ever come to a party, and you like, oh, we about to party hard, and they put the chairs and the tables. You like, oh, wait a minute, the party over with? Like, yeah, we done with that shit, man. We going home now.
right? So yeah, and it's like I tell these young comics or whoever coming into the game, your career is based on you, God, and the fans that you build.
Yeah.
Like the industry is only gonna step in what's left of the industry, which is not even they just banks. They just stepping in to partner with you. So if you already got some heat, if you got a fan base, then hey, well, let's partner with this guy and we can help him make more money. But that's where it is. As far as the industry and these festivals, I just don't think they have the power anymore. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I don't see where you go to JFL and you make a career. I don't see where you go to Netflix as a joke and you're making a career. I just don't. And shout out to everybody that got those opportunities. I'm not knocking them.
You know it's getting to a place. No disrespect. I think his stand up was funny, but you know it's getting to a place, Laval. You know it's getting to a place. Again, these people are funny, so I want to go on record by saying
But he,
y'all are giants. Y'all are funny. It's no disrespect, but when they're going to get the Samoas, the Bruces, it's like it's shocking because it should have been in the beginning. It should have been go get the legends before we go get the guys who are not proven. We know Bruce will have a good special. We know Samoa will have a good special. But we went the route of getting the up and coming guys and putting them on Netflix specials first. The fact that we gotten to a point now because of guys like Ali Sadiq, who's went out there and did their own thing, guys like Ryan Davis, who they've turned down, and now you given Bruce a special, you giving some more special. You look at it like, wow, like y'all starting to reach now because
no,
those younger guys that's my age and younger, they're saying, I don't need you. I can go
no,
get 10 million over here with my fan base.
well, yeah, and
Edge
and and
Schultz.
and the thing about comedy, stand up comedy lives on YouTube. Make no mistake about it. Netflix can't compete with YouTube. They just cannot. Even though they like for instance with the Breakfast Club.
One, I don't need a subscription for it. That's off the rip. One, I can literally
Exactly.
go on to type and Lavar, as long as Lavar Walker has an open special on YouTube, or Earl got an open special, whoever your favorite comedian is, I can go to this day. I can go type in "elephant in the room" and go watch Patrice O'Neal 1,000 times over. I don't have to pay $19.99. I ain't got to pay $7.99. I can literally go get it, and I ain't got to worry about ads and none of that stuff. But if I do worry about ads, at least it's free, so I'm okay. You can't compete with that. You can't compete for something that's free. You can't.
And we're watching like the decline of the Breakfast Club because they kind of, to
With
me,
Netflix.
yeah, they sold themselves out. They put Netflix, but at the same time, you can't change a 12-year or 15 or 16-year human behavior overnight. It's just not going to work.
You see, Justin Larry came out and said that they have it now with their deal with Netflix, where Netflix is basically telling them they can't put full episodes on YouTube anymore.
No, it was a bad deal. I knew it was doomed from the start. And I started to say something, but you know how people just
And it's
hate, you
I
know.
say what I want to say, but it's why the Joe Buttons of the world. As much as people like to play with Joe Budden, he stands tall on being his own person and doing his own thing, because you can't make him do nothing he don't want to do. He got his Patreon, he got his YouTube. You know Netflix. You think Netflix came to him, but he said no, because like you, LeVar, you know, like I know, I need to go over the bylaws and see what's what, because a lot of time when you sign deals with major companies, they want it to be exclusively over here. You're not going to make money with us. They're going to make money somewhere else too. Hell no. Companies want to be able to, when they get your content, they want to be able to have your content solely. Because if I get your content somewhere else for free, why would I come here? So you had to know there's no way I'm going to be able to watch the Breakfast Club on YouTube for free, but then go pay to watch it on Netflix. So
Yeah,
Netflix is going to say, to help our bottom line, we got to make sure we get our money. We can't have you go over here and give it a show free, and we're paying for it.
yeah, and they are losing, you know, a tremendous amount of ground. And it's just sad. And it goes back to, like I say, the human behavior. When I think of Netflix, I think I'm laying in the bed or I'm sitting on my couch or I'm watching a show. And even while I'm watching that show, my attention span is so bad, I'm still scrolling on my phone. I got the show. Netflix at this point is nothing more than background music or background noise in everybody's home.
Now,
You got it. You don't want to let your subscription go,
sometimes I lock in
bruh.
if it's
How much? Like how
I do it all the
often?
time.
How often? Out of 100 times you turn on Netflix, how often do you lock in?
It got to be something really good. It got
Just
I
you
got this
don't.
thing that
Okay,
happens to me.
you, you
I will rewind something enough to where I'll put the phone down and say, all right, because this is my third time rewinding. Like for instance, when I went to go watch, say I don't want to name nobody, but if I go watch a special, I might have missed a joke too many times where I go, oh, let me put this phone down because I'm not focusing enough. Now I'm missing jokes and I gotta rewind it. I'll do that. But like you said, dude, my phone gives me phone time at the end of every week. It's insane how much phone time we spend on our phones throughout a week.
I'm about to look up my phone time.
Hours and
I
hours
mean, I
and
mean,
hours.
I live on it because I'm low key making a living off of this. So it's probably 12 hours or something. It's insane. I don't know where that screen time thing is, but
If you go to
that
set, you should be able to go to settings and type in screen time and just search and it'll show you
all right. Here we go. I average 10 hours and 57 minutes
a day.
day, a day.
Think,
10
think,
hours.
think think about that. There are 24 hours in a day. You
10
sleep.
hours.
The average person sleeps about 8 hours. So
Yeah.
that
So that's
means between the 8 hours you sleep, now you're down to 16 hours, right? Those other 6 hours you might be, those are times when you might be with your loved one or you might be out and about, so you're not really into your phone as much. But you leave yourself 6 hours in a 24-hour day of doing other stuff because of how much phone time you have. That's insane when you think about it. I know mine probably more than that. Mine probably like 13.
bro, we cook. I mean, but like I say, with the Breakfast Club, it's like I don't even see them. So I guess after this contract expires and they got all that money. So how long do you think this contract is?
They probably signed like a 2 or 3 year contract. I don't think they signed it for that. Like I do think Breakfast Club is smart enough to know that this is brand new. It's not solidified, so we ain't gonna go to a long term deal because it's not
I think
solidified.
I
So
think
probably
I
2 or 3
think
years.
if you had a well, I can't really I can hear you, but you're not moving on the screen. But if you on Netflix that long or you abandoning your base for 3 years, I wonder how difficult will it be for them to come back. And it just seems like the competition will increase so big that there'll be a new Breakfast Club that's going to emerge probably in the next 5 months. It's just going to take their
But
steam.
what we don't speak on neither is that as the audience gets older and the new audience gets younger, them younger. My nephew don't want to see Charlamagne and DJ Envy. No, they would much rather see somebody younger and more
They, want
tuned with.
to see they watch academics. That's their Breakfast
Yeah,
Club.
why would I go watch? No, if I want to get my everyday news, or I might just watch somebody who's funner, like Joe Budden or one of these newer guys coming up. But if I'm 20 years old, 19 years old, but I don't care about you. They try to get Justin Hilarious and stuff like that, which is cool. But like, if I'm young, LeVar, what the fuck I want to do with Breakfast Club? I don't. These old good guys.
Yeah, I just don't see them as they're losing this fan base. I can't. I don't want them to lose. I like the Breakfast Club. I think it's a great platform, but I think it's just going to be very, very hard to gain that footing back, bro.
A lot of it has had to been a money play because most of us do that because it's a money play. We give you a certain amount of money, you throw it our way, we try it out, and then we see it ain't what we thought it was. Grass ain't growing on the other side, as they say, and now we have to go back to what we know. Guys like Charlemagne, Charlemagne has his own entity, but there are people like, I don't know them exactly, but Envy and Jess Hilarious and them, they're getting a good amount of money from Breakfast Club, as Charlemagne probably is too. But we know Charlemagne has made his money outside of Breakfast Club too, because he's built himself a brand and an entity. You know what I mean? So I look at it like, as much as you want to like say you would think that what they built they would keep. When that money get thrown at you, man. And sometimes you see the writing on the wall, LeVar, as we always talk about, way before. So at this point, you're just getting the last couple bags you can get before it's obsolete.
Yeah, it's changed. Yeah, bro.
Breakfast Club used to be like, I knew when a guest was coming on.
I
Like that
think
was go to.
I think the new wave. I don't. I think now when I think of stand up, everybody doing stand up, going hard with the stand up, especially my generation. And then we just watched it. It was almost like a switch flipped in 2014 where content creators like took over stand up comedy.
Yeah.
And now there's another switch that's being flipped where I think streamers are going to come in and take over stand up comedy. I think that's the new way, the live interaction, it's crazy. But man, I was out of here, man. Somebody say 2012, and that was about the time because I was really, really hot. I had just won Miller Lite. I had auditioned they flew me out to audition to be on In Living Color. I started touring on Shaq All Star Comedy. I started doing a lot. And then all of a sudden it just boom, and I had to totally repivot and figure it out. Like right now, I'm figuring it out, coming live every day and trying to increase this engagement. And while I'm increasing this engagement, hey, you guys make sure you get those tickets. I'm gonna be at the New York City Winery Loft this Sunday. And y'all could come in, get those tickets, and we're gonna have a great, great time. And Earl will be there too. So that's where we at. Earl, hello?
I ain't went nowhere.
But bruh, I don't know. Your thing froze.
That's the
Next
thing.
time I call
You
you,
were
your
froze before too, but I hear everything you're saying, and I'm here.
you in a terrible spot. Um, it's really sad. He done. You cooked again.
You can't say I'm good because I'm talking. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You got me. You got me. I
you
see it.
froze, big bro. You
Yeah,
gonna
I see the
you
I
need
see the one bar. I'm not even moving, but I think it's just the weather over here. That's all it is.
bruh. Let me see. Well, I guess this is it. I think we're gonna wrap this show up today. I don't. I don't know if there's any other thing I want to talk about there. Yeah. So this is it, guys. We're going to wrap this up. I want to thank you. Thank you, Earl, for pulling up on me. And thank all of you. And once again, I'll be live at the New York City Winery this Sunday, man. Get those tickets. We moving tickets. There's not many left. And pull up on your boy, man. I'm out. Good night and God bless to you all.